Hey guys, what's up? Mr. Friel here. And big news, 7th grade. You guys are now going to do current events. Well, at least for a week. But hey, let's celebrate. You're doing current events. Yay! Ouch, that one kind of hit me. And I think maybe that was... Oh, uh-oh. That was someone's homework. Oh, well. Oh, well. Anyway, so current events this week. What are we going to do? Last week, some of you guys, 8th grade, speaking of the 8th grade, some of you guys were not maybe super gung-ho with the topic. You wanted it a little bit more controversial than the minimum wage one. Hey, I think it's real life. I think a lot of you, well, maybe you, I know a lot of 8th graders last year we're really supporting Bernie Sanders because, that's more of a government thing. We talked a lot about Bernie Sanders, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton last year, and they were seemed like a lot of them were Bernie Sanders supporters. Anyway, and that's a big thing. The minimum wage is a big thing with him. Also, college, and so it's been really interesting to see your guys' viewpoints and learn your viewpoints about that because when I watch the news, it kind of makes it sound like a lot of people your age are kind of into that free college thing. They're into the minimum wage thing. And I know some of you had some great points about, oh, there's the bell. Just think, if you're at school right now, you're going to enrichment or maybe lunch. But anyway, it was kind of interesting because a lot of times when you hear the news, you read reports, people your guys' age are all for free college. They're all for minimum wage being increased. And it sounded like from your guys' thoughts that maybe that wasn't the best thing. Interesting. Well, today, look at this couple I found. See this couple I found? Aren't they cute? All right, anybody want to guess their names? No, it's not my grandma. No, it's not what I'm going to look like when I'm 60 or 70 or 80. But you know what? To be honest, I kind of hope I do because my guy doesn't look that bad. And they're actually this really cute couple. They're pretty important. You know why? Well, because they're married. They've been married 75 years, meaning, God, I hope I'm married 75 years. I'd love to be that long. But point being, this couple, their name is Irma and Harvey. Why does that matter? Why does that matter? Well, we had a hurricane named Irma and Harvey. And that's odd because some of you guys have asked about hurricane names. And look, there's a couple that are married and their names are Irma and Harvey. And they're both bad hurricanes. I wonder if that makes them bad people. I don't think so. Look at that. I think they're good people. Anyway, so why are we talking about Hurricane Harvey? Harvey and Irma, current event-wise? Well, there's this fundraiser on the telethon, meaning you call on the phone to people, on the There was a television program special with a lot of celebrities, and you called and donated money to. And one person, well, I didn't watch it. I'll be honest, didn't watch it. Not my kind of cup of tea. They're not donating. I understand donating, and yes, we should donate. And I'm not going to say if I did or didn't. It shouldn't matter to you. But the idea of celebrities and stuff, I just don't get into that kind of thing. But from what I heard, a lot of the celebrities made it political. Well, what's political mean? Well, political means they try to advance their ideas of how the world is based on a tragedy. So, for example, another common one that you hear people talk about all the time, whether you think it's true or not, maybe it is true, maybe it's not, but sometimes maybe it's not the right time to talk about it, would be a school shooting. Actually, there was a school shooting last Thursday, by the time you watch this, okay? And a lot of times when you hear about school shootings, you hear about gun control, and we need more gun control. In 8th grade, I'm going to talk to you really quick. What amendment allows people to have arms and guns? Yeah, the Second Amendment, right? It says the right to bear arms. And no, don't worry, I'm not going to bear these guns because I don't know. Actually, you guys probably have bigger guns than I do, let's be real. But not those guns anyway, it doesn't matter. It's about the weapon gun, right? But anyway, so when school shootings happen, a lot of times you hear people like talk about gun control, and is that the right time, or should we really be more worried about like the people who are impacted, um, and that kind of thing, if that makes sense. So Irma, Harvey Relief Fund, okay, and there's a guy. His name was Stevie Wonder. Don't know if you know him, celebrity. And what he said was, well, something like this. I'm going to paraphrase, but he said, you'd have to be blind to not think global warming exists because of like these hurricanes. And there's a pun in there. Can anybody think of the pun? Um, if I had my sunglasses on, it would maybe give you a hint. Let's think about it. Um, um, Stevie Wonder, well, he's blind. So he's making a joke in a way, but making a point. Like he's a blind person saying, well, you'd have to be blind to not see like this connection. Maybe it's funny. Maybe you agree. Maybe you don't agree. That's part of Kern Events. All right, for 7th grade, we come together, we talk. Hopefully we don't all agree, and learn by sharing opinions. So, all right. So besides my lovely picture of Irma and Harvey, all right, I do got some charts to give you or look at. Okay, first chart I want to give you is, well, this is another topic out there that there's a lot of biased information on, probably. So here's one chart. I wish it was color. It's not. Okay, but if you look at it, okay, what it's showing you is the temperature increase from 1965 to now. Okay, and obviously it looks like in the early 60s and stuff, okay, the temperature was going up, down, up, down, up, down. And then for the most part, it's kind of gone up, but then it did go down for a while, and now it's going to go back up. Okay, and so that's from NOAA, which is, a pretty reputable, unbiased source, we would say. Okay, and then here's another one that shows the same kind of trend. Okay, so anything on this side of the line would mean it's below average. Anything above, like up on this side and on this side of the line, means it's above average. And if you look, you see the same kind of thing where, this goes back all the way to 1850, but from 1850 to about 1970, it looks like the Earth was on the cooler side, and then 1970 on, we've been warming up. And just to compare really quick again, this chart is kind of showing the same thing. Around 1970 is when it's going to start increasing. One important thing to realize, this increase, it looks like it's really, really high, but if you look at the x-axis really closely, you'll see that it's this like halfway point right here where my finger is. Okay, that's 1 degree. So we warmed about 1.5 degrees since 1970. All right. A lot of people, so going with those charts, a lot of people think, don't disagree with that, okay? I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people disagree with that the Earth is warming, but when you hear about global warming and how bad it is and how there's some people that believe it, some people don't believe it, I don't think most people really don't believe it at all. All right, most people think, yes, the Earth goes up, it gets warmer, it goes down, it gets cooler, like the temperature. I don't think people are like, it's totally fake. Now, here's the fake part. Maybe. I shouldn't say maybe a fake part. Maybe it's true. I don't know. I do have an opinion. Doesn't matter. But just like a lot of my opinions on this issue, I'm kind of like in the middle, probably like you are, to be honest. Here's another chart. Okay, it's from 400 to today. Okay, 400 years ago, 1,000 years ago to today. And if you look at it, what it's showing is CO2 levels. Well, CO2 is what a lot of the politicians, the government is trying to limit. Like your car gives it off, factories give it off, all this stuff. And it's called a greenhouse gas, right? And if you look at it, it's high, it's been low, it's been low, it's been high, it's been low. And then from here, 1950 on, it's like shot straight up. Okay, and so it's really high. Well, why does that matter? Well, it's called a greenhouse gas. Greenhouse, think of a greenhouse like for plants, like that one back there. Okay, they need to be warm so the plants don't die. And so a greenhouse traps the heat from the sun, right? And obviously that's the sun in, so the plants get the sun. Well, carbon monoxide, dioxide, excuse me, all right, traps the heat from the sun. So does water vapor, which water vapor is in the air too because it rains, right? And it evaporates, like my fish tank, like, or this plant over here, like the water drains from it because water evaporates from that, water evaporates from these leaves, water evaporates from my skin and my eyes and my mouth, like water evaporates. So water vapor in the air, all right, traps in the sun's heat. Carbon dioxide from cars and factories trap in heat. Even something called methane, which is what the 8th grade I've talked to you about because, well, 7th grade you guys haven't probably heard this, but one thing I remember in 8th grade that for some odd reason, like, there's certain things you remember that you don't really know why you remember, but you just do. And I was sitting in my 8th grade science class. Shout out to Miss Edwards, but you weren't my science teacher, but they're your science kids. And we read this article, and it was about who releases this greenhouse gas and all these greenhouse gases type of thing. And a big cause of greenhouse gas is actually from cows farting and burping. And I'm like, well, that's interesting because I never would have thought a cow burping and farting would cause global warming. And I guess you can make that argument. And if you want to, go look it up. All right. But interesting, right? Cows fart. Anyway, so point being, all right, for our current event then, why am I bringing all this up? Well, with the storms, I'm guessing, if you do follow the news, hopefully you do, all right, and even if you don't, talk to Miss Edwards about it. Shout out to her again because she would probably, we could work together on this topic, maybe. So talk to her about it. But is global warming human caused? And that's the difference. Human caused. Like, again, most people probably believe the Earth is warming, but is it caused by us? Or is it natural? Does it just get warmer? Does it get colder? Does it get warmer? Like, is it like a swing? Does it swing back and forth? Or should we be worried? Because you're going to hear people like Stevie Wonder, Barack Obama with the Paris agreement that President Trump took us out of. People were really mad when he took us out of that Paris agreement. Why? Well, first off, it's getting hot in here. I'll be right back. Oh, man. Okay, I got my water. It's warming in here. Okay, it's warming in here. Anyway, so yeah, people were mad. Why? Well, because they want to stop global warming. They think we're causing it. And then you have other people like Donald Trump who I think thinks global warming probably is true, okay? But he thinks, no, people really aren't causing it. Or he's saying other countries are causing it worse than maybe we are. And so that Paris Agreement, we don't have to get into the details, but it kind of made the U.S. unfairly punished, I guess, maybe is the word I want to use, as opposed to other countries, like China, India, that kind of thing. Point being, so this week, I'm going to try to find an article for you, okay? And then you can find more articles too. But I want you to decide, do you think global warming is a natural Earth process, or do you think it is actually caused by this plastic bottle, this computer using electricity, my clothes being made, cows farting, myself driving the car, this lava lamp using electricity, whatever. Okay, is that causing global warming? Or is it just natural? All right. And that's the debate. And the debate is, should our government do things to stop it? Because if our government's doing things to stop it, it's probably costing us money and jobs. And is it worth it? If we're not exactly sure if we're even causing it, if that makes sense. Hopefully it's a good debate. Hopefully it's a good topic. Sorry the video is a little bit longer. Trying to make it interesting. And I'll see you guys all next week. All right.